Business management is one of the fastest growing and most sought after career options in India today. A large number of colleges coupled with unlimited opportunities have encouraged a lot of students to venture out into this field. Join me today as we focus on what scope this field holds for you. These students from IIT Kharagpur aspire to make their mark in the business world. After enrolling in one of the best institutes in India to hone their management skills, they took up an opportunity to meet talent from across the world aspiring to be top business leaders. Students from Australia, China, Hong Kong, Indonesia and 19 other countries pursuing a career in management presented their business strategies at the Global Business Challenge 2014. What do you think is the scope of business management in India?
Well, India is one of the top countries among the emerging economies. India is the place where all the action is happening. Whether you see in terms of investment, you will see that a lot of outside institutional investment is flowing in. In the long run, it's supposed to grow a lot. And well, I come from a mineral economics background, and my belief is that, especially in my field, since coal is a big problem in India, acquisition of coal, which leads to the broadening of the CAD, I believe that the business management principles applied to that field will definitely benefit us, and in other fields also.
Would you like to pursue your career in this itself, in this field, business management?
Yeah, most definitely. I feel business management is a field which is growing very rapidly in India. Like you can see a lot of companies have been from foreign have been investing in India, coming into India, and we have our own domestic companies growing up a lot. So there are a lot of positions in the field of business management that are opening up.
Do you think a formal training is absolutely needed if you want to start up your own business, or you're looking to inch up forward in this field?
Okay, I don't think a formal training is essential. It may help, but I don't think it is essential. If you see some of the popular entrepreneurs of the recent years, for example, Sachin Bansal of Flipkart, or the other guys with the Red Bus and all, especially the internet companies, most of them have not had formal training in business, but most of them had an exposure to the practical side of life. I think that is what is important and has been missing from our schools and colleges.
Do you think, apart from India, do you think it's a better option to, let's say, go abroad and pursue your degree? Do you think that gives you an edge?
Well, from my point of view, business management is a mix of both science and arts. Now, the collation of data is basically a science, while the execution is an art. My belief is that on the part of science where it's concerned, we are leagues ahead of everybody else, India to speak of. But in terms of art, the execution of it, we still have a long way to go. We are on the way. We are in the right direction. We are, as he said, that with Flipkart, we have so many startups coming up, and really, and there's also one called Housing.com. So there's a lot of independent thinking that needs to be done. It's going on, but still there's a long way to go.
Picking up from the question that you all asked in your presentation, what does a modern business need? So give me your take on that.
So I think that for modern business, what you basically need to be successful in business, my opinion is all you need is drive and the zeal to do that. So the thing is, we already talked that no formal education is actually needed. You keep on learning things with time, and it comes to you. So as also we can look at the history of the successful entrepreneurs and businessmen. So all it takes is the drive, the commitment, and the zeal to do these things. So this is the major ingredient that is needed to be successful in a business. Apart from that, the skills that you acquire over time, or you may learn from formal education as well, are let's say, to put it more objectively, communication skills, understanding of finance, some study of management skills, and how to study the market, and those kinds of things.
Business management courses have seen a rise in the number of takers not just in India but globally in the last few years. Most students opt to take up the professional course in their undergraduate program and gradually go on to pursue an MBA in this. And that's where CIMA steps in with their Global Business Challenge, providing these undergraduates just the opportunity they need to showcase their talents.
It's the enthusiasm of the individuals. It's sometimes hard to remember that they are relatively young and inexperienced. They've clearly got to grips with the case study that we've set them, And indeed, the case study itself is based on one of our final examinations, so it's no easy achievement for them to tackle. But they present very well, they're very competitive, and it's the truly diverse and international flavour of the teams here, many of whom perhaps don't have English as a first language, that has, I think, been most impressive.
Students from 24 different countries working in teams of 4 present a business case study in the competition. These business ideas are then presented before judges who pick out the team with the most effective business strategies. Aspiring managers from across the world put their skills to test here.
I have been doing a BBA, Bachelor in Business Administration at King's College in Kathmandu, and I'm in the first year. So this event came along 3 months ago, and we started to prepare for it, planning for the case study itself and planning for the reports and synopsis, doing the presentation, rehearsing, and working in team.
The project we presented is on a boat building case studies, so we were given some issues and we were required to prioritize them. Whether it is how is the impact, or how deep will this problem affects our profitability, our reputation, and so on.
A major focus of the competition is to determine the management accounting skills of the participants.
Interestingly, management accounting as a concept, though it's been globally prevalent and there for the last 100 years, in India it's a reasonably new phenomenon. Management accounting brings in the best of both worlds, business and finance. And that's a requirement of the day because Indian businesses and Indian industries needs to have professionals who have fair amount of understanding of both the verticals. So while you are looking at business on one side, you also need to understand financial implications of it, and so it makes a far more complete understanding of the business environment and helps to build a more sustainable structure around that.